Man, what going on, man? Real Rap TV checking in. Coming at y'all, you know what I'm saying, with a video for the day. You know, before I get started with the video, I want to say this, man. I need y'all help. You know, I need y'all help, to get this channel where it need to be. You know what I'm saying? I need you to like, subscribe, and do all of that, but I also need you to donate, right? It's going to be information in the description box. If you can donate to this channel and help this channel grow, you know what I'm saying, I greatly appreciate it, So like I said, man, I'm trying to get this channel, make this a platform, where, I can get a location and actually, invite guests, so we can have, some good, serious, dialogue that I think is needed in the black community. Well, just needed, period. Right? So if you can donate, anything helps, man, go down in the description box. The information will be there. And I just want to thank you in advance. But yeah, man, let's get back to the video. So I'm gonna say, man, this right here might be, you know what I'm saying, a sensitive topic for a whole lot of people. But I'm gonna ask you, approach this video with logic, not emotions. Approach this video with logic, not emotions. So for this video, man, I gotta speak on, you know what I'm saying, this Nolan's well situation. For those of y'all who don't know, Nolan Wells, he was a college student, you know what I'm saying, out of Mississippi, that was just out the blue, popped up deceased. It's a whole lot of talk circulating around, you know what I'm saying, what actually happened. But right now, well, I'm gonna say this, man, Nolan Wells, he went on, a trip with some Caucasian people, and he all of a sudden ended up deceased. It's a whole lot of talk circulating about what actually happened to Nolan. But, there have been no arrests made. So, I just want to give my opinion on this situation, right? My opinion on this situation is, a whole lot of people are being blamed for what happened to Nolan Wells, right? People saying these people responsible. People saying these people responsible. And people saying, Nolan Wells' family, need some justice. They need some answers off of, what actually transpired that caused the deceased of their son. Well, this is my opinion, right? And Nolan Wells, he was a young man. What I think, the people that are responsible for what happened to Nolan Wells is no one other than Nolan Wells' parents, right? And the people responsible for what happened to Nolan Wells is Nolan Wells' parents, right? As parents, you're supposed to protect your kids, right? And sometimes, you're not gonna always be with your kids physically to protect them, but you know what I'm saying, your teaching and what you installing them, sometimes is enough. Well, most of the time is enough. You know what I'm saying? You're teaching, what you warn them about, the thing that you teach them to be cautious about while they're moving, around, this world, right? So you got Nolan Wells, was a college student, and from the pictures, he hung with, the people of different races a lot. You know, I'm not racist, you know, or none of that, but I'm just saying, man, it is what it is. You know, this thing with Caucasian people and black people have been going on for a while now with, you know, history of, you know, slavery. You know, this thing been going on a while, so it is what it is, right? So Nolan Wells, you know, he got a history of, you know, hanging out with white people or Caucasian people, whatever, right? So if he doing that, I'm pretty sure, you know, his parents didn't, you know, install in him the history of, you know, white and black people, especially coming out of Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the 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 um the violence of white and black people in Mississippi go way back. So if you in Mississippi, there's no way you can miss that. You feel me? Especially from there. You know what I'm saying? So if Nolan Wells is hanging out with white people like he was, I'm pretty sure, you know, his parents didn't inform him on the history of white and black people. You feel me? And I'm gonna say this, man, all white people not bad. You know what I'm saying? All white people not bad. You know what I'm saying? All white people not racist or none of that. But you never know. Just like with this Nolan Wells situation. You never know, man. You know, white people, they'll be your buddy, this and that, that and that. You know what I'm saying? Gain your choice. The next thing you know, you missing. Something don't happen to you. You know? And I think this is what I wanted to say, man. Like, we know the history of, you know, black on black crime in this country also. You know what I'm saying? Black people, you know, we do each other wrong. We you know, I was just watching, you know, a video from, you know, black guys in the prison, you know, just killing each other. You know what I'm saying? We all know, you know, what goes on, you know, in black communities, labeled the hood all around America. But this is the thing, you know, we know what's going on in the hood, right? In the hood, man, you got to watch out for black people. You feel me? But this is the thing, when you leave the hood, you ain't gotta watch out for black people no more. You gotta watch out for the other people when you leave the hood. You know what I'm saying? When you leave the hood, you a black person, you get out the hood, you was the ones who were intelligent enough to get out the barrel. You was intelligent enough to get out the barrel. You know what I'm saying? But if you are an intelligent black person, then everybody else is your enemy. The grass ain't green on the other side. And this a message really to all you uppity black people, you know, who get up in the world and y'all move y'all family, your kids in the uppity neighborhoods, you know, surrounded by white people. I don't know why y'all do that. You move somewhere where it's not safe to be, and you move to another place where it's not safe to be because the people there, they don't want you there. You know, they don't want you there. Yeah, they might, you know, laugh and giggle and this and that, you know, sometimes or whatever, try to make you feel comfortable. But when you get comfortable, that's when it becomes dangerous. You know, when you get comfortable. Listen, man, the other people, man, they good at making you comfortable. You know? So I'm telling you like this, man, like if you an uppity black person, you a good black person, black people, you ain't gotta watch out for black people, you gotta watch out for the other people. If you a good, intelligent black person, you progress. You know? You progress. The other people, they'll rather see you, you know what I'm saying, in those environments doing the same thing that most other black people doing. You see what I'm saying? So they can't have too many black people moving like you. So the first thing they get, they're gonna try to get rid of you. So if you're a parent and if you're a black parent, you know, and you know, you're doing good for yourself and you're not thinking like that, it's something wrong with you. And there's a whole lot of y'all black parents out there who don't think like that, and y'all put y'all kids in certain environments thinking it's the best for them, and it be the worst. You know, they end up like Nolan Wells. You don't see what I'm saying? So as black people, man, we gotta do better. We got to do better, man. As black adults, man, we got to do better, man. We got to do better for our families. We got to do better for our kids and the next generation. So I'm gonna say this, man, like, if you a black person, you know, and you getting money or whatever, why y'all won't start trying to start y'all own communities? You know, get around, you know, other like-minded black people and starting your own communities. You know, stop moving in these places, you know what I'm saying, where these people don't want you at. Because of whatever reason y'all moved there, knowing the history. You know what I'm saying? If you do that, man, and maybe these things will start happening. You know, as black people, man, we got to start building. Point blank period. Get around other like-minded black people and start building your own communities. You know what I'm saying? And please teach your kids the dangers of this world, man. You know, if you've been like these situations like Nolan Wells, man, there's a lot of black kids in these type situations right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a guy on Instagram, he be going around making these videos where he see these type situations and he asked the kid, is he all right? Is he good? And a whole lot of people think it's fun in the comments, but these are actually real life, you know, situations. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, you know, we just gotta tighten up out here, man. We just gotta tighten up out here. But yeah, man, that's all I got for the video. Man, y'all tap in, tell me what y'all think. You know, like, share, subscribe, leave your comment. I'll see y'all guys in that video. Yeah.